Howdy, folks. It's Howie here, Howie Cat. We're going to take a look at Subatomic from Flash Facts, our little science book we've been reading. Well, science-y book, I guess. We're going to learn stuff from the atom. Subatomic, we're going to be shrinking things. I don't know. And it looks like we also have Mary Marvel in it. I think they're dating. This is a new version of the atom. He's an Asian character. He's pretty cool. He's not Ray Palmer or Al Pratt, which are two of the more famous atoms, the Golden Age and the Silver Age atom. He's the more modern atom. But anyways, let's go. Knock, knock. Because he's wilting. Knock, knock. Huh? I figured you'd be hungry since you missed our lunch. I'm so sorry, Mary. I've been working on a new project, and I lost track of the time. Forgiven. I know you wouldn't leave me hanging on purpose. Besides, you really were nice when we had to cancel plans at the last minute last time. So what are you working on? Sandwiches. I'm building a ship so I can shrink down even smaller safely. I want to be the first person to see and record quarks. Whoa, wait, what are quarks? Quarks are teeny tiny particles, protons, and neutrons are made of them. Oh, and what are protons and neutrons? Do you know much about atoms and atomic physics? No, I really like science, but usually deal more with magic. Do you want to learn more? Or will that ruin lunch? I'd love to learn. I'd love to. It sounds really interesting and cool. Everything in this universe is made up of atoms. Everything? Everything, gases like helium that make your voice squeaky, solids like the rocks in the mountains, and even liquids. Are there different kinds of atoms or just one kind? Good question. And to answer it, I think it would help to dive into things. Let's start small. Atoms are the smallest particles of an element that can exist. Here, this will help. It's a bracelet with the same technology as I use to shrink and grow. Oh, thanks. Atom is an ancient Greek word that means indivisible. That just means that atoms can't be divided, which is what they thought at the time. Though now we know that it isn't technologically speaking true. They must be really small. Super tiny. Normally, we can only see them using special complicated microscopes. Lucky for us, I have the technology to shrink us down small enough to check them out firsthand. So let's talk about H2O, which is the fancy science way of saying water. Water is made up of H2O molecules. Molecules is a group of atoms that are bonded together. And splash, they jumped into a little water bottle. We're swimming in water. Water, swim. H2O molecules are made of one oxygen atom and two hydrogen atoms. That's why it's called H2O. There's a silent one there after the O. See, so it's H2 atoms, two H's and one O. They don't have to say the one because there's only one. I guess you could also say it's an HHO, but I don't think that would sound the same. Okay, so molecules are made of kinds of atoms, and there are more than one kind of atom. So then, what are atoms made of? Good question. Let's go smaller and we can see. An atom is made up of protons, neutrons, and electrons. The protons and neutrons make up the nucleus of the atom, and the electrons circle around them. Protons have a positive electric charge, and neutrons are neutral. That means there's no charge, basically. Electrons have a negative charge. The protons and electrons are attracted to each other because positives and negatives attract, so the electrons don't fly away. The positive and negative charge also cancels each other out, so atoms have all the neutral overall charge. But I thought that atoms were indivisible. Why can you break them up into smaller parts then, huh? Good question. Atoms were named before people knew that they were made of even smaller pieces, like the oxygen atom. Now, we have machines that not only let us see atoms, but that let us help us see evidence of smaller things. But all protons are the same. All neutrons are the same. All electrons are the same. Protons, neutrons, and electrons make up atoms. They're the basic building blocks of all matter. Things really start to differentiate at a macro, that means bigger level. The combination of different kinds of atoms is where we see the real divide begin, well, between everything. So we start with those building blocks, and we get to the basic atoms, which come together to make all kinds of stuff. Things like the ocean we swim in, and the sand we stand on, and the air we breathe. The continents, the Earth itself, as well as the moon, the sun and other stars, solar systems, which make up the galaxies, which in turn make up the whole universe. Wait, now I'm confused. What does this have to do with quarks? Quarks are kind of subatomic particles. That means they are smaller than atoms. We know they exist because we can see their effects, but we haven't actually seen them yet. Matter is the physical stuff made up of atoms. One of the cool things about matter is that it can't be created or destroyed. It can only change. So things can go from solid to liquid to gas and back again. Except that there is evidence that quarks can appear and disappear from existence. That sounds like magic to me. Sometimes science can be as mysterious as magic. And I want to be the first to unlock the mysteries of the quark. After lunch. After lunch? How's it coming? Just about done. Ready to make one giant leap for science and knowledge? I'm ready to witness some quantum magic. Get in the ship. Next stop, history. That's the end. Well, we learned that molecules are made up of things, even. I didn't know that, actually. Atoms are made up of things. I mean, molecules are made up of atoms. I knew that. Didn't know that the atoms. Anyways, that was kind of interesting. I liked that one. That was cute. I liked Mary Marvel in it. I like her. Okay, folks. I hope you have a good one.